Alright, let's get this going. Detroit Pistons, man. I'm coming at y'all with a little rant video. We got a game tonight against the LA Clippers. I'm not feeling too confident about that one tonight due to the fact of the matter. Let's be honest, man. We know the Clippers are a hell of a defensive team right now. Pistons got arguably a lot to put up with. I'm not saying we can't compete, but you know, we got Golden State also Saturday on the road. So you got 2 road games tonight, man. 2 road games. At this point, you know you're going to struggle with the Clippers. It probably, if this game's already shows signs it's going to be out of reach, man, Pistons shouldn't even play most of their starters at some point. If this game, you down 30, 40 points for some reason, if we are that low, don't play your starters out to the ground, man. You better off just tank this game away tonight and focus winning against Golden State Saturday, because right now, the way the coaching staff, Dwane Casey, this is video is targeting towards him. I don't have too much confidence going into this game right now. We have so many bodies in one position, and yet we still are weak in that position. No, we don't have a point guard that we can build with. We got one stuck in the G League. Couple candidates I felt they could play the point guard position, but they're stuck in the G League. You ain't made no moves, called nobody, trying to find somebody. Understandably enough, they came out and said that they not making any moves till everybody get healthy. That's basically 2 months from now. Reggie Jackson, without a doubt, was out for another 2 months. Luke Kennard be out, might as well say 2 weeks, because even when he comes back, I'm not quite sure how long it's going to take for him to come back as the Luke Kennard we've been seeing early in this year. You know what I'm saying, due to the injury he sustained. So you don't want to go too crazy and giving him the KCP treatment after he come back off injury. So my thing is, we are at a standstill. You know, I don't understand what's what's going on with this coaching staff. Look, I never try to come out and act like I know all about basketball, like I could be a coach. If you think you can coach anything or do anything with any sport, you are a freaking clown, man. Like, but at the end of the day, I will say this. I really feel like, what's keeping them from making the adjustments? What's keeping them from testing somebody else while it's still early to see if we can find a gym or doing something that can find a way to open up the offense or the ball movement on the starting unit, man? What's keeping them from telling Blake Griffin, you shouldn't be playing until you're 100% healthy? You are going to hurt him for the long run. If you save his body now, if we do have a chance to make a playoff push, he can be down there later down the line in the long run when we need him. Not killing him, trying to force and let him play, and then hoping that we can just get healthy as he go, and then we'll be good because we need help. Arguably, I wish the coaching staff sometimes see the things that sometimes us fans see. They just barely started getting Christian Wood's minutes. You know what I'm saying? They just barely started getting him. It took us a while for that to go down. We as a fan base were begging them to give him minutes. And they were just stubborn. And it just irks me. You got Tim Frazier. Oh my God, man. You got Tim Frazier, freaking Bruce Brown. You know, obviously, what you call as a backup, don't need to be starting. And all these other problems with the team, yet everybody can find ways to blame this on Andre. Without a doubt. I just never understand. I never understand this fan base. It gets on my nerves. This is on Dwane Casey. All this is on him, and even Ed Stefanski. He can get a little bit too. We the only team that stick our draft hits in the G League. We missed out on guys like Acapella, Carson Edwards. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Porter Jr. All these players we could have got. And you bring me Davidas Servitas. And no, I'm not stealing this from King, because I was still scratching my head about this pick. You get Jordan Bone again, which was a good idea. You could, then again, maybe it don't matter who he would have gotten that first round, because maybe they've been stuck in the down G League anyway. This is what's ticking me off. It's not like I'm saying that Jordan Bone would come in the game and be a world beater off the rip, but it's just that, you know what I'm saying, even if he gave us 13 to 16 a night with 8 assists, okay, in plus defense, that's not bad. We usually get 15, 17 out of Reggie Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Why is this coaching staff so incompetent? I don't understand, man. It's like, this team is better than what our record says. I don't care what nobody say, man. This team is better. We don't need to rebuild. We need to shave the roster. That's what we do. We need to shave the roster. It's time for a couple of guys to hit the can, and you know what I'm saying, we gonna have to make a move one way or another. No, this is why I was screaming all off season. Can we sign Trey Burke? Because you know what Trey Burke would have done once Reggie went out. You know you can't start D Rose. He would have been that guy that's young enough that you can trust to start with Andre Drummond, because he at least will shoot the basketball, and you know what, he will pass the ball to Andre, and get some form of flow on offense. Unless the coaching staff, the way they choose to use people, has his abilities rendered useless, that's the only way he would be a bad signing. I wish we could have made that move and went after him as well. You know, instead of closing Goldens for guys like Tim Frazier and freaking Joe Johnson and maybe even Markeith. I'm sorry, maybe even Markeith. You know what I'm saying? That money, if we could have used that money to get a guy who could have been helpful to us more so in the point guard position, I would have done that, because that's been our weakest position. Two of our most weakest positions, man. Ironically, the Pistons are weak in the three most primary positions we need right now. You know what I'm saying? We need point guard. We still need depth at the 5. Can't just put everything on Andre. That's not fair. You need somebody when he come off the bench that can at least be serviceable enough to the rim protect. And then, you know, your small forward as well. You know, we get more play out of our small forward and our bigs at times, but the point guard is definitely the weakest position. I don't know what's going on with Bruce Brown. I don't know what it is, but I'm tired of it. I'm so tired of the same thing every night. You know what I'm saying? Okay, the way he has his Dwane Casey has us going, plus with these injuries, I'm afraid that by the time the All-Star break get here, Pistons be lucky we got 20 wins. I'm sorry. I don't even normally act like this during the early part of the season, but I'm just that fearful. I just know it's something that can be done, regardless of what they say. Something can be done, whether it's within or without. It's something. And I'm sick of Dwane Casey sitting there arrogantly doing the same thing over again. This is the same thing you went through with the Raptors, but even worse with us, because we don't have overall as much talent. We got no money. We got a superstar player that's taking up a good portion of the contract of our cap, and he can't stay healthy. And then everybody falling apart. And then your coaching woos are showing up, the negative side. So you add that, what you expect? Your team is looking like its leader. Your coach is being sloppy, so your team is very sloppy. And that's just the way it is, Pistons fans. Blowing up the roster is not gonna cut it. Tanking is pointless. It's stupid. The problem is your head coach. I'm Nomis Johnson, and I approve this message. Peace.